What's going on, gang? What's going on, gang? Let me see if you can hear me. Make sure everything good. What's going on, gang? What's going on, gang? Everything good. Cool.
It's your boy Trench News, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Appreciate all love, support. Happy Friday, man. Shout out my boy C Hood. Shout out all my moderators, man. Hey, y'all be safe on this Friday, y'all. But enough of that, man. JHE Ruger, man. JHE Ruger and Adam 22, man. They having it out, man. JHE Ruger, he went on Adam 22, man. He ain't want certain topics talked about. He said he discussed it beforehand. You know what I'm talking about. And then basically what Adam did was went against his wishes and started talking about the same people that he told him not to. And not only did he did that, but he had fronted him off and said, "Oh, you said before don't talk about this certain person." You know what I'm talking about, like shit like that, stirring up it. Ruger. He writing it with Kanye West and them. You really don't need that messy shit. I'm sure they in his ear telling him like, man, we don't need none of that heat. You know, but once you go on the interview and get paid for it, man, that person need their content. They gonna ask you whatever it is. But yeah, I'm 22. He been going out to Chicago lately, man. His last three was nothing but Chicago people, man. Seems like he trying to turn up his page, man, since all this people was fired over there. But yeah, I'm 22. He came back at Ruger, was like, man, yeah, right, you acting soft. Like he was talking like he a gangster. You hear me? He got good protection in Cali talking to Ruger like that. I ain't gonna lie. But then, it ain't need nothing to even be mad about or none of that, bro. This all the internet. It's all entertainment, man. You know what I'm talking about. You went over there to expose yo, get more exposure, and he got on there because he knew you was gonna get on there to get the views, man. So with hand in hand, everybody fed each other, man. Y'all stay safe on this Friday, man. Happy
DJ, you go crazy. Yeah. So I was going through your most recent, interviews, you feel me? And shout out to a humble soul. I see that's somebody that you be working with closely. And what was most interesting to me, bro, was a crazy story about C-Day shooting at you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, this nigga Trench is he's been in this nigga done lived 9 different lives. So you had a shooting with C-Day?
Oh yeah, this was when LA was alive on 63rd. He had seen me first. We was talking me, him, LA. LA was telling him like he was telling him who I was and shit. So he was aware of who I was. But he sat back by the Walgreens on 63rd. It was a Walgreens used to be right there. He sat back in the cut and Duck was coming down the Green Line stairs and he seen me pass my blunt to Duck and walk off with Duck around the corner. And so when I came back from walking Duck to halfway to Rose and walked back to King Drive, he was on it. He popped out the cut. LA was gone already. He popped out the cut, chased me, hit the Pepsi truck, hit a hype or something. But shit, I was up out of there on everything. It was just like at that time, that's what they was on, bro. Like if they see you with you, you gone. You know, I knew Duck all his life. I knew Duck all his life. We from the low end, but just cause I passed him my blunt and all that, I was in jeopardy, bro.
So because you passed FBG Duck a blunt,
I was walking with him.
that made C-Day want to get on that with you.
Yeah.
Why he didn't go after Duck?
Duck was already gone. I don't know why he ain't try to get him right there. Like I ain't know if he was watching. But when I made it back down to King Drive by myself, I got on my headphones. I'll never forget. I'm beating Wiz Khalifa. When I get paid, my checks be looking like phone numbers on my mama, and something telling me to turn left. When I turned to my left, this little nigga was coming out the cut, bro, full force. And I ain't know who he was on at first until I, seeing who it was physically. Like, yeah, like this nigga try to kill me. You know what I'm talking about? Word. Like, hell yeah.
Can you describe that adrenaline though, bro?
Oh man, that adrenaline shit deadly, bro. Like, I done been got caught by a couple people who was they ops. They pop up out of cuts. You know what I'm talking about? But by me, used to be BD and shit like that. That's a past in itself. If I was over there with you, like you ain't looking for me. You hear me? Most people are honor that. Like, nah, we ain't finna kill Swipe. There's folks and them brother and all that shit, so we ain't finna kill him. So I got a lot of passes off that shit too. But I didn't got some mean passes where like the hair standing up on my neck, bro. Imagine being pitch black and a nigga telling you to come in the gangway. Like, for real. You was just going to get a blunt or something. I'm telling you, bro, that shit gets scary.
Wow.
That shit gets scary. For real.
DJ, you go crazy.
Ladies, look at me. Now look at your man. Now look back at me. Now look at your man.
So, all right, so I'm gonna ask you this then, like, cause we just talking about. You said shit, the GDs, and you said what GDs in the dough. I was wondering, like, do you feel like if the GD, like, it's a lot of talent. It's like even with you, your LaFonso, Rugen them, the JT guys, the rest of the FBG guys. It's like a lot of talent.
Pussy niggas.
There's a lot of talent. So I was just wondering, like, do you feel like if y'all unified and put all y'all shit together, that y'all could like kick the door down a little more easy?
I mean, like, it ain't even about that. You feel me? Like, at
Yeah,
the
no,
end of the day, at the end of the day, I've been living. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own man at the end of the day. Outside of music, I'm a man. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I stand on certain principles and responsibilities and shit for myself anyway. You feel me? So it's like, I ain't gonna lie, folks, that shit ain't gonna really mix. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you, it's a thick line. You feel me? It's a thick line. You feel me? It's hard to mix fake shit with some real shit. You see
just because you gang or claiming GD, that don't mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get
you see what I'm saying?
No,
So it's like, this shit get deep. This shit get technical. This shit get to, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, folks, like, you can't. This shit ain't nothing to play with. Everybody know. This shit ain't nothing to play with, so a motherfucker playing, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, bro.
Yeah,
you really playing. Motherfucker really been let you just do your thing and you playing for real anyway, you feel me?
Right.
So it's like, for motherfucker to be acting like, you know what I'm saying, just do some weird, that shit, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Shorty been gone for 9 months down there, you feel me? You wait till he been gone 8 months. You talking about a situation that happened, he been gone 8 months though, you know what I'm saying? So how long this shit happened ago for you to even be feeling like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel
That's, come on now, folks. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck, motherfucker need some publicity or something? Like, motherfucker, cause you see them, all right, folks.
Yeah.
You see them numbers, bro.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, it's like, if for him to wait that long, you could have just addressed it while he was out or when it first happened.
You was right with him when the situation went down, nigga, on my
allegedly,
son. Yeah. You was right with him. This ain't no alleged shit. Like, you was right with him when, you feel me, you saying he did what he did. You knew why you was in his face, bro. You didn't approach him on no I think or I feel. This your little brother though. You know what I'm saying? But you wait till 8 months later to tell the internet about it though. You know what I'm saying? But you was with your little brother when it happened and you act like it wasn't shit and you don't know what's going on, but you wait till you get back to your, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I tell this when he get back to the rack to text him and say, man, I feel like, you feel me? Ooh,
Right,
how you
right.
coming?
Right, yeah, that is crazy. You get it,
His
bro?
brother be that, man. You know that.
From the 7 to the 7.
Come on now, man. You
For
know
sure.
his brother be that, man. You know that. To the rack to text him and say, man, I feel like, you feel me? Ooh,
Right,
how you
right.
coming?
Right, yeah, that is crazy. You get it,
His
bro?
brother be that, man. You know that.
From the 7 to the 7.
Come on now, man. You
For
know
sure.
that, man.
Coming soon, though.
Do it, do it, do it.
Show that.
Soon, though.
Do it.
From the 7 to the 7.
Come on now, man. You
For
know
sure.
that, man.
Coming soon, though.
Do it, do it, do it.
Show that.
Do it, do it, do it.
Yeah, no, I see what you said, though.
Too, man. Happy G-Day, my nigga Wooski, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I seen dude. That's
Yeah,
okay. I know who that
that's
is. I
big
seen
boy.
him on the hood vlog. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Folks just fat out the feds off of Nick, you feel me?
Yeah.
Shit like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure that. All right, so man, no, I see what you're saying though. So it's like basically, it ain't like how the fans be looking at like, oh, they GDs.
Hey,
they
how you
stick
doing?
together,
Hey,
but how
how's
you
it
looking
going
at it,
today?
it's like,
What's
no,
up,
it's
bro?
real, it's fake.
Make sure
Because,
you like that
you
stream.
looking at it
that's
like
in the
that.
fairy tale.
What's going on, bro? Make sure you like that stream. You already know. I'm just on here on YouTube watching random videos, man. You know how it go. It's just my PC streaming, you know. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I might get on Call of Duty in a minute, though. But right now, I'm just chilling. It's the weekend.
Real, bro.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
no, I
saying?
get it.
Even on that side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause they be
Even
into it too. Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
more money and politics involved in that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, ain't no fucking perfect happy home. It's the trenches, nigga. You feel me? There be a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like,
No, I respect.
food no ass though.
Yeah.
Food no ass. Out of that, man. Stop that, man.
Yeah.
You don't see it, I see it. Hey, there's a lot of shit I can speak on, you know what I'm saying? But it's like niggas be getting all this money and popping all this money shit. You know, they homies sitting with bonds for months and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, your artist is sitting on a bond right now for 30K. He been sitting for months, though. You feel me? Like, but you popping all this big dog shit. Like, you know, niggas never really want to see niggas. You know, that's how I feel about the shit. So that's
Right.
how I'm going to speak on the shit, you know?
Right now.
It's like, it ain't just no, you know what I'm saying? I done put him and Fonzo on the phone multiple times, you feel me? This ain't no, you feel me? He know what the fuck, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he know
nah.
what the fuck.
Nah, okay, for sure. I don't want to dwell on it too much. I just really want to get your side of it. But you speaking it right. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, so what about this? Like, you know, a lot of people been getting into the content space and all that, like, you know, like creating content and shit. It's like a lot of people be going to get interrogation tapes and police arrest footage from people in Chicago specifically.
Yeah.
And when you see stuff like that, how you feel about those type of content creators? Do you mind it, or is like, you know, what's your point of view on it?
I mean, like, shit, it is what it is, you know? Like, if a motherfucker preaching some gangster shit and they was in the interrogation room doing some weird shit, put that shit out. He was crying, all type of shit. Let me see that.
So I had seen recently one of like a guy from over east with a real big name, Mad Max. They released his tapes and they was like, you know, he's supposed to have like this real, you know, savage reputation or whatever. And did you see his tape they put up there? Did you see that when he was like allegedly telling that on the shooter?
I mean, that's the city. You know, that shit went around like wildfire, you know?
Oh, it already went around before it. Yeah.
I mean, that shit was out like when they dropped. Like when y'all saw it, everybody saw it. You feel me? So it's like shit.
But I'm saying, when you seen it though, was it like, what do that do for like somebody with a reputation like that for you? Do it take away from the shit they did? Or is it just like they did what they did and then they did that? Or it's like, how you looking at it?
It's like me really like, you know, free chop, man. You feel me? Free chop, but it's like, I don't need like to speak on all the motherfucking situations, but at the end of the day, like, I don't condone no snitch shit. You feel me? That's just what I'm gonna say on period. You feel me? Like, outside of that topic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't condone that shit, period. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, just period, folks.
Just like that, yeah.
If it got some snitch shit involved in it, I don't want, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with it. That's it, folks.
So let me ask you this then, because you know it's like a lot of people, Terrence Gangster Williams, a couple different like famous people, they got out their gym or whatever by like telling on or not telling on, just putting bodies on like deceased people. Is
Nah, you gonna ask what you gonna ask? You stuttering like a. Man, I want to play some Call of Duty tonight, man. I hope this shit ain't skipping like last night.
So I want to start from the beginning. You grew up in the low end, right?
Yeah.
Born and raised. Did you have your mom and your dad in your life?
Yeah.
Yeah. My pops was locked up most of the time. Till I was like 12. He came home when I was 12 years old.
Yeah. What was that like? I mean, did that affect you growing up not having a father figure?
Probably like without knowing, you know what I'm saying? But really my mom, you know, she was taking care of business as both.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Are you going to school at that time consistently?
Yeah.
And then at what age do you jump off the porch? Like what, 13, 14?
Probably like 14.
And what is that exactly? Is that stealing? Is that robbing? Is that?
I think we first started like stealing cars or something. I think we were stealing little cars in the neighborhood. I think that's how we first kicked it off. The 99, I think it was like 99 Toyotas, because there was some easy way that they were stealing them. I forget how it was.
Yeah, like the Kias and the Hyundais right now and shit.
Yeah, yup. And you think about that, yeah.
So you're basically hot wiring. You're not waiting for people. You know how when people want to warm up their car, they leave their keys in the car.
Oh, yeah, we took some.
You're really hot wiring
we did
them
some of those too. No, we did some of those too. I don't know what they was doing, because I never knew how to do it. They used to do something with a screwdriver or something. I don't know what the fuck they was doing. But yeah, we was doing that like the people going to the gas station, we pulling off.
Yeah. And you never got caught for that?
No, we were shorties. Because we as shorties, you know, you get caught, let go. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I never got caught for no.
Yeah. So you still in the cars and just driving them around the hood and shit?
Just driving around, getting chased by the police, looking for the police to chase us. Shit like that.
Yeah. And then after, you know, time goes by, you're still in cars. Does the shit get worse? You know what I mean? Like the things that you're doing in the street at that time.
I mean, yeah, you know, that's usually how it go. You know, you usually start at the bottom and then work your way on up.
Yeah.
To whatever you into.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I my bad. You're a teen. Are you going to school at that time?
Yeah, I went to
as
school.
You get older.
I always went to school, no matter high school, whatever. I always went to school.
Yeah. And then when do you become, as they call you, the bully?
The bully? I became a bully, like, they started calling me that in, like, 2013, 2012, 2013.
Yeah. And why was that? What were you doing around that time?
Shit, just having our way. Just whatever we want to do. That's what, you know, whatever we wanted, whatever, we just having our way.
Yeah. Whatever you wanted, you got it.
Yeah.
There's nothing more powerful than you.
I don't know why people so uncomfortable.
We blitz shit like for neighbors, boy, you a dumb. We ain't trying to hit. You trying to hit some. We don't be worried about none.
Be who you are. It's like, hey man, it's hard, but you know what? There's something bigger. And I'm just putting people around me with wisdom, put me on game to certain things, and just go from there. Yeah. Man, look, I'm home on my own. So that decision,
like tried to nurture me, tell me, man, like you don't need to do that. You know, you need to do this. I mean, they didn't try to force their way into your life. So at this point in my life, I'm just looking back at it like, man, who really gave me wisdom? Who really tried to put me on game to things? And like I said, man, at the end of the day, people gonna get their opinions. And what I can say is I do respect brutal honesty. I'd rather somebody be brutally honest with me than try to sugarcoat it, because at the end of the day, if they honest with me, I know what I need to do to fix it.
100%. Yeah, that's real. And you look slimmer already, bro. You look like
You look
you're ready
happy,
to go.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
you
man,
look-
like,
you
you
look-
look-
you
you
look-
look
you
full
look
of
happy,
life.
bro.
We've been there before. I've been there before, so I know, like, for real, like, genuinely, right? You always been a happy kid, man. So, you know, like, we always wish that, like, come on, man, just, like, we know the 27 and 12. We know you're gonna do that. We just want to see you just stay on that so you can be who you are. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, just, you know, seeing you walk by, like, you happy. So, you know what I mean? Just let that spirit take you with you. And
I love y'all stories, man. Y'all some real G's to the game, and I do appreciate that.
Hey, let me ask you real quick. This summer, has it been more cardio or more dieting? Like, what has been your thing that, like, all right, I can do that to help me get my weight off?
So the diet piece, I'm always able to come back each summer feeling good, looking good.
Yep.
But I would say it's more of just locking in on like flexibility, band work, because I think it's those things that will be able to keep me on the court longer versus just losing a bunch of weight and then coming to play and not being able to maintain that. So just, I mean, shit, Bron got the blueprint.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to
No,
follow it, man.
serious. Like,
really.
you know, like, I watched him from when he first came in. We still talk now, and just, it's crazy because it's a job for him, right? When I say a job, you're talking about getting to the gym at 1 o'clock, you know, for a 7 o'clock game. So he's really preparing, understanding, like, but he's been there. You know, it's the veterans that he came in with. It's just really understanding, you know, just the game and the process. And, you know, for the most of us, we're not fortunate to have veterans that can walk us. You know what I mean?
No, we're not.
We
That's
don't.
real.
You know, so when you have one, you really have to understand that this is a luxury. He had KG, right? It's a luxury. I had Antoine Jameson, Larry Hughes, and them. I was just wild as fuck. You know what I mean? You know, just he didn't have no vet. His vets didn't like him.
Kurt Thomas like me.
Kurt Thomas ain't no
Dirty Kurt. Dirty Kurt.
Kurt had me outside.
But to your point, though, man, I feel like a lot of your past situations has not been the weight. It's just been injuries, freak injuries, and then the weight is an accumulation on top of that. And I've always felt like it's been unfair for you to have to deal with the criticism of weight based on the fact that you got injured. And
I think you of all people would understand.
Yeah.
Man, I'm a hooper. So when I'm sitting on the sideline watching my teammates in certain games they lose, I'm like, man, shit. I know if I was out there, I can change the outcome of it. So whether people want to believe it or not, when I'm on the sideline, man, that hurt me more than anything. I just want to hoop.
So funny. You can see it because you say it, right? And there's some times where now you will see you warming up when I'm like, he ain't ready yet. It's just a hoop. The hoop, and it's like, I just want to play. The rehab, cool, that's cool, right? You know, you sitting there, oh yeah, no, I feel good. You sitting there, knees swollen, and you rubbing it at night, but you want to go out there and play because it's still about the passion what you grew up on. So I understand the frustration. I've watched, you know, Derrick Rose, and when it comes to injury, I tell people, man, do not come back to prove that you're hurt, right? That's what we do. We come back to show, yeah, you see me limping, bro. You see me limping, I'm hurt. Like, nah, wait till you healthy. Once you're healthy, show everybody what you are, what you can do, and that's just the advice I can give you. Since I've watched myself, I've watched Derrick Rose, right? I'm watching Kawhi. Just when you are fully healthy, step on that court, then we can see, you know.
And Mike said it best. You take care of what you got to take care of on the court.
What's good?
What's up?
What's going, man?
What's up with
What's up, man?
Credit,
Great
what's
to
good with you?
Pleasure to meet you. Been on it, man. I saw
Gotta
you
get
had
to
Kevin
it.
Hart, Shaq. I think the first one I watched was Shaq.
Yeah, that was.
And then I just like binged out from there.
Appreciate it,
Like,
man.
even before this though, like I hadn't been on it, so.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Hold up.
limitless. Take a stomach, cap pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up.
And the obstacles you'd have to overcome
They got
to
a
make it where you wanted to.
they got a fire intro though. I ain't gonna lie, their intro is fire.
Now, how'd you grow up, man? What created The Professor?
Yeah. Well, I grew up in Kaiser, Oregon. It's like a super small town. It's an outskirt of Salem, the capital.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever heard of it, but
No.
I think
no. No.
no. A lot of what had to do with it was my dad. You know, he just loved the game, and he played in like men's leagues and played pickup, and so I would just go and just like watch and just became a fan of the game. His passion for the game just wore off on me like probably by about second or third grade. I started playing when I was 2, but when I was second or third grade, I like wanted to go to the NBA and be like my dad. And then what was key though is my parents got me this trainer, this ball handling trainer. Before, now everybody's a trainer, right? And everybody has a trainer. But back in the day, it was like new. You know what I mean? This is the 90s, the early 90s. So when I was in 4th grade, I got that trainer, and this guy named Rodney Howard, he was really dope. He taught me like foundational ball handling stuff. You know, I remember the first move he taught me was like in and out, then in and out crossover, and then the Iverson crossover, and that was like the game changer. So, but I picked them up quick. I knew I had a gift. I know now, looking back, it was a gift because I picked these up in like a couple days, but all I would do was play and get reps in doing those moves. And so I think that was really foundational, but also just the love for the game. You know, I spend countless hours hooping. You know, it's like parents now that ask me like, what does my kid have to do to get to where you're at? Like, how many days a week should he or she be practicing? And I'm always like, well, play college or pro or to be known globally, like you're gonna have to get your parents to make you practice less because getting on their nerve. My parents, I got on their nerves because all I did was play basketball. I didn't do nothing else. You know what I mean?
You never learned the UTEP two-step?
Yeah. Oh, of course. You know, I didn't know the name of it though. You know, when I was, I don't even know what I called that back in the day. Yeah, I guess I did. It was killer crossover though back then.
That's what
I think
it was,
some people call it AIs the killer. It's kind of like mixed up, but no, of course, yeah.
That was
early, I was on that. Yeah.
That was the one.
What was the process like in auditioning or trying out? How did that all come about?
I really had no college offers. You know what I mean? Coming out of high school, I actually got cut from 3 JUCOs. Ended up finally landing on the local community college team only because my dad politicked with the coach. My dad owned a jewelry store. The guy bought jewelry from him, and so he talked him into giving me a look. Literally just giving me a look. And so the guy gave me a look, and I actually worked out when I scrimmaged against the community college. So he saw I had some skills, but he didn't think I could guard anybody. So sure enough, there were a couple injuries. Next thing I know, I'm suiting up. I only played like 3 minutes a game. You know, I'd go in during garbage time, we get dunked on. You know what I mean? I was like those guys. But that next spring, summer, though, I dedicated my whole life was back. Like it already was heavy basketball, but now it was like 3-a-days, you know, make 500 jumpers at 5 a.m. before class, open gym at like 2:30, then hit the weights, and then the evening come work on my game some more. So I turned it up, and next thing I know, I was like the best player in the gym. You know what I mean? Like we're going to open gym, my team's running it every game. So even the coaches, they're like, dang, this is like transformed in 3 months. But it showed me that dedication, you can change a lot in just a few months. So coming into AND1, I was just a fan, you know, Hot Sauce, Headache, AO, Alimo, all these guys, they like shaped my game more than NBA players or just as much as Iverson, you know. So I just went up there as a fan, you know what I mean, and tried out. Next thing I know, a crowd going crazy. The players were watching the game, you know, the open run tryout. And then the way it was, you got to, if you made it out of the tryout, you got to play against the AND1 team. Yeah. So for me, it was just a dream come true that night. You know, if I would have played against them one time on ESPN, that was amazing. You know what I mean?
So how do you get to be on the tryout team before you can play against the guys?
Mm-hmm.
That whole entire process. So how do you get to the front of the line? I visualize a short, small, skinny, little white dude waiting for his shot.
Yeah.
You know, sign me up, you know, wherever I fall, but I gotta get there. So what was that process like?
I was so focused on my game, like coming back the next year to community college and trying to get a scholarship somewhere else that I was so much of a fan. I was just excited about that night. So, but I really just thought I had nothing to lose because I would have been a fan just watching it too, you know? So I just went in there like, hey man, every time it's always showtime I play. So I was like, might as well play, you know what I mean? See what happens. And then it went for the good, but there was a few hundred people to try it out, probably played in like 4 or 5 home, and it still would have been amazing to be on 1 or 2 episodes. Right. That's the funny part.
Can an 8,000-year-old herb really increase your T, lower your body fat, and maximize your bedroom performance? These incredible results are why we formulated Testro X by Unzu.
Hey, who can't hide it? God.
I see that. What's up, boss? You good?
The piece. Asshole.
Trust, limitless. Niggas to me camping in it. I fought the head to witness it. Get my people fit.
Subscribe. We're extremely grateful.
My dad, he said he wanted to take me to the gym because I was fighting in school. I'm like, all right, like, I don't care. I'm not tripping. So I always just like naturally knew how to fight. Well, at that time, I felt like I knew how to fight. So now that, you know, years and years later of hard work, dedication, and sticking with it, who knows where I would be if it wasn't for that. You know, I definitely feel like I would have went down the wrong road just because I was just getting into so much trouble at a young age.
What do you feel some of those anger issues were, or why do you think you had them at that time?
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like I didn't really know how to, like, you know, like where to put my energy, like, you know, where to put, like, you know, my love to fight, my, you know, my aggression, where to, you know, put it. And my dad, you know, he chose the right sport, the right thing for me to, you know, get all that out.
Y'all moved to Vegas because of your career, right?
Nah, we moved to Vegas because we come from Oakland, California, where it was just a lot of violence, a lot of, you know, shootings, a lot of stuff. So it was like we came to Vegas for like a better life. Yeah.
As a young athlete, that like when we play football, you ain't no 9-year-old that you gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As boxing,
he has 2 medals in the Olympics, but for you, you chose to turn professional extremely young. I think they moved the Olympic age up, and you were fighting in Tijuana. I think, what was it, El Perro Salado?
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you being so young fighting professionally?
It was crazy, you know, to be fighting in Mexico. And I was really one of the, like the first ones to really like make it kind of cool to go to Mexico. At that time, the Olympics was the big thing. It was to go to Olympics, go, you know, try to get a medal, try to go sign with a big promoter, you know, for a good signing bonus and go that route. But, you know, me and my dad set out to do something different. We switched it up totally. And that is because they changed the age of the Olympics. So it was like, man, we might as well just go pro. And because I was sparring a bunch of pros, like world champions at that time. So that's what we did. And it was crazy just being such a young kid as a professional, but it worked out.
You know, you do a lot of stuff young. Is it true you knocked a kickboxer out of his Velcro shoes?
Yeah, when I was like, it was my first sparring match. Like, when I was a kid, I didn't know what I was doing. I really was just street fighting. And it was like a little kid, he had like some Velcro shoes on. I knocked him out his shoes.
it's crazy because you talking about you going pro and, you know, just deciding that early. What's the pros and cons of that? For that young boxer out there right now thinking about making that decision of when to turn pro and do I do amateur? Like, what's the pros and cons?
So, like, what that was, I could have went to the Olympics and I felt like I would have did good in the Olympics. I could have got a gold medal, could have got a silver medal, could have got a bronze. But, you know, that sets you up for the pros. You can go sign with a big promoter and start making money at a young age. I didn't start making money until my 19th professional fight. So I was fighting for nothing. I was fighting for free. And but I saw the bigger picture. I knew that like it was gonna pay off eventually.
You like to keep all your money with you on your neck?
Oh, no, listen, hey, if I kept all my money on my neck, boy, what? Hey, my neck would be so heavy.
Hey, so we're talking about you being so young, doing all these amazing things. It was also brought to our attention that you were the youngest promoter too.
Yeah.
What nurtured that mindset?
Yeah, I mean, just seeing somebody like Floyd, who, you know, was started his own promotional company, and you know, me and my pops, he was like, man, we might as well do it ourselves. That way we can control our own destiny. It's never like a reason why a fight couldn't happen, or, you know, this side. Now in boxing, they got this thing called on this side of the street. If you work with one promoter or one network, you can't go mess with another promoter or whatever the case may be, where you just cut yourself short. But I trusted in myself. I felt like I was a good enough fighter, and I would be big enough that eventually I would be able to control my career.
And you bring up your father, and he's y'all. This y'all. He's your. What is your father? What's all his titles in your life?
Oh man, my pops is everything. You know, he my best friend. He my father. He my man. He's everything, man. He plays all the roles. Whatever role he needs to play. So I'm thankful for that.
I've seen that movie already. I've seen what Roy Jones Jr. was with his dad and had to break off to win the title.
Yeah.
Shane Mosley, him and his dad would, they were together, and I think they broke up. And then, how do you and your father work together as a son-father combination, and also as business partners? But it's your career. You out there taking them punches.
At the end of the day, you got to know that balance. When to be a dad and when to, business is business at the end of the day. So we don't ever put the personal with the business. We know how to separate the two. And I just come from experience. I'm not gonna say that we just had to, everything's been butterflies and rainbows. Of course we bump heads, but we bump heads as partners, and we lead a father-son relationship out of it, and we get over it.
I remember, because we talking about your chains, I remember my mom had my financial advisor's information at one point when I first got in the league. And she came up to me one month and she said, Channing, you spent $100,000 partying last month.
Sheesh.
And I said, I earned it. And I walked into my room. And that was I'm saying that because that was the moment where just financially I earned it. That was me telling her, like, it's my money. I'm a grown man. I'm going to do what I want with it.
How much you spent in the strip club?
$99,000. The rest was clothes. Because I don't really wear no nice clothes, but I'm going to throw some money. But the out of the ring stuff with your pops, the chains. Like your dad ever look and be like, hey, D, you need a 9th chain, a 12th chain?
His money, my money. So, I can't tell him what to do with his money. He can't tell me what to do with mine. We separate the two. Yeah. He get his, I get mine. What I do with mine is what I do with mine.
With that, though, and speaking about the relationship, and, we've got an opportunity to kind of laugh at some of the dynamics. He, for a period of time, couldn't get a visa for the first Kambosos fight. And it was one of those times where you guys were working. He said during that period of time, of all the things.
Admit this. Healing shit. And then feeling it. And I'm flipping shit.
Keywords or secret words. We don't even have. It's like mom.
Do not go to fabletters.com. Do not take our historically low offer. 2 for 24 shorts, 1 for $24.
Interact not only with each other, because you've been there.
Right. To me, now that you got the new teeth, self-confidence, and as Old Spice says, sky high.
And Sap, they were lighting the world on fire. Their dreams were coming true. They were buying their mom's houses. And when I got cut from Canada that season, that was when I had $7 in my pocket. So we've all had those moments in $7, with $7, having $7. But what I found, and as I got a little luckier down the road of life and was able to achieve a thing or two, I started to apply gratitude. And I was always trying to apply gratitude anyway. I've always been that way, I think, at my core, just trying to find the good in something. Because it's easy to get lost in the sludge of things, especially when things are down. So what I tried to do is try to keep all those times, the hard times, and keep them in the forefront of my mind. And then I also tried to realize, but this didn't happen right away, because I'd gone through 2, 3 bouts of depression over the course of years, and during that time, like the football one for me was a big one. You guys lived my dream of making it to the league, playing professional football.